Chinese New Year is the most important festival for Chinese people. Chinese people usually buy a lot for this big day, and business owners are expecting this busiest season. However, compared with Chinese communities in other countries and Taiwan, the last month of the lunar year in mainland China seems particularly deserted. This is Tianwang Square in Zhengzhou, the capital of Henan Province. In previous years, at the end of the year, this street would be very busy as people would buy clothes and shoes. You see, some doors are closed now, while others are open, but there is no business inside. This is not early morning, this is around 2 in the afternoon. The fruit business is usually good before the Chinese New Year, but this year almost all the business owners in China are facing the same problem. The fruit is not selling well. Today is the 18th day of the last lunar month. All the fruit vendors in this row are out on the street selling frozen pears and frozen persimmons. Look, they are all out standing at the gate. It's all strange here. Where are the people? Where are the customers? No one is buying New Year's goods. Where did they go? Do you feel the same this year? No matter what variety of fruit you have, it's not selling. It's not a problem of your price, quality, or category, but because there are no buyers in the market at all. This is the situation currently faced by the market across the country, and this is really confusing. This is the fruit wholesale hall of the economic and trade logistics. I haven't been to another place, Gaobei Dian, for 4 years. There are even fewer people in that location. All are so desolate. Why are people unwilling to buy fruits? The answer is still no money. Nothing can be sold well. All are staff here. Look, where are the customers? Look, where are the buyers? Let me show you. No one in the big supermarket. Where do all the people go? Where do they go for Chinese New Year? What a sin, what a sin. We all know the New Year comes after the Laba festival. It's so deserted here. Do you see customers there? It's sold for 27 cents in such a season. It's only sold for 27 cents at this time. It's deserted and silent. We are in trouble. What's your business doing this year? It's already 10:40 a.m. My God, there's no one in the market. Look at this street, the East End, there is no one. It's the end of the year, no one here, really, no one is in Jindu, and no one is in Jinbao. The store is so empty, can this business still survive? This year's business is too terrible to look at. I am desperate to wait here for more than 10 hours every day. However, I can understand why people don't go out to consume. Isn't it because the money cannot be made? One woman summed it up. The Chinese New Year is around the corner. In previous years, these streets were already bustling with people preparing for the New Year, and small vendors would set up stalls in advance with big expectations. But now the streets are deserted, with no atmosphere of the New Year at all. If nothing got in the way, this spring festival is likely to be the worst for business in recent years. This year, China's top fruit, cherries, are being imported in such large quantities that they are not selling well, even though the price has dropped to $25.70 per pound. On January 18th, the cherry supply in Jiaxing collapsed completely. It collapsed completely. They couldn't be sold. They couldn't be sold at all. My God, it's blocking the front door. They can't be sold in any way. Just can't. Over 10 consecutive days, we lost about $20,000 daily. During these days, I personally lost at least $500,000. Merchants then gave cherries away for free to passers-by or even dumped them into trash cans. As a result, some people even picked cherries out of the trash cans to eat. Oh my God, safety first, safety first. Don't step on it, don't step on it. Be safe, be safe. Pick cherries from the trash can and eat them. I feel such cherries are actually quite good. Look how fresh they are. They throw these cherries. I just picked them up and ate them. Tastes good, but others threw them away as trash. Another phenomenon that attracts the public's attention in the 2025 Spring Festival travel rush, during which the flow of passengers have been dramatically reduced. This is the Spring Festival travel rush this year. Where have all the passengers gone at Dongguang East Station? Where are the vast crowds of people? Look at the Spring Festival travel rush now. See people here? Very few, just like the normal time. The Spring Festival travel rush no longer exists. Come on, high-speed rail. The Spring Festival travel rush doesn't follow this pace. No one here, no one on the street or at the train station either. When will everyone be back to their hometown? This is the scene inside Jilin City Railway Station. And here is inside Guangzhou Railway Station, the current status of Guangzhou New Railway Station on the first day of the 2025 Spring Festival travel rush. Why do Chinese netizens often get photos of empty high-speed trains? Of course, it's related to the economics. So it's said, during Spring Festival, high-speed rail is not fit for the poor. The green trains are the real love. The green trains are simple, slow-moving trains in China. It's incredible. I've booked one seat and get an entire first-class carriage. It's the peak of the Spring Festival travel rush. I have a whole first-class carriage during the peak of the Spring Festival travel rush. I was cheated when I bought the ticket. There were not many first-class tickets available, and there were not many second-class tickets available either. But after I got on the high-speed rail, I find that I'm the only one in the entire carriage. Just me here, really. Let me show you. This high-speed train is about to enter the next station. There was no one there. Ha ha. As we all know, high-speed rail tickets are relatively expensive, which is a big expense for hard-working ordinary people. To save money, many people take the cheaper green trains. A high-speed rail attendant revealed the inside story of the train ticket industry, which is also a means for the Chinese Communist Party to calculate the people. Since trains implement the ticket waiting list function, they actually no longer release tickets to the public. It's impossible for people to buy the train tickets in advance. In the past, you could get tickets because the tickets were fully released for sale. Now, in order to make more money, 80% of the long-distance tickets are held, only short-distance are released. As a result, ordinary people can't get the tickets. The ticket waiting list means you must deposit more money in advance to be on the list for quite a long time. Then, when you get the ticket, the extra money can be refunded. Through this procedure, the railway departments or related companies could collect quite a lot of money as their reservoir in working capital. It's visible that fewer people are returning to their countryside hometown to celebrate the New Year now. What's the point of celebrating the New Year now? Tomorrow is the 20th day of the last lunar month, and I can't see 5 people from the east to the west of my village. Some people didn't come back and they are still working in other places. Some already moved to the city. Some are back and just stay at home, closing their doors and not visiting others. Looking back at our childhood in the 80s and 90s, the Chinese New Year was so lively. We started buying New Year goods after the Laba festival, and the big markets in the countryside were so crowded that it was impossible to get in. Then every household starts steaming buns and frying peanuts and beans to prepare for the New Year. When we were kids, we would get up at 2 o'clock in the morning on New Year's Day to pick up firecrackers, set them off, and make dumplings. Firecrackers could be heard from 2 in the evening until 8 or 9 in the morning. You see now, on the first day of the Chinese New Year, no one in the whole village sets off firecrackers. There is not even a sound. Is it the people who have changed, or the years that have changed? For the people who are still trying to go back to their hometown for the New Year, what should they do when faced with a tight budget? I am planning to take out a loan to celebrate the New Year this year. The news said that migrant workers have to spend at least $1,777 to celebrate the New Year. I calculated that the round-trip fare was $273, the preparations for the New Year's goods was $273, gifts for family members were $273, and red envelopes for children were $273. After working hard for a year, I rewarded myself with a piece of clothing for $137. The dinner with friends will cost $273, so the total will be at least $1,777. I still have about $60 left in my bank account. Another $410 in wages will be paid at the end of the month, and a loan of $1,367 will still be required by the end of the year. Okay, I am still better than a pig. For the New Year, I just try to avoid losing face, but the pig will lose its life. We are preparing to be laid off. There are only a dozen days left until the Chinese New Year. Is there anyone like me? How should I tell my parents about this when I am back in my hometown? This is where I worked for almost 2 years. Suddenly, the layoffs come. Don't know what to do. Hey, my performance throughout the year is not the worst. I have completed the basic performance every month. Just last Thursday, I still had dinner together with my co-workers. To be honest, the money I can save is probably just the layoff compensation. You know there isn't much time left before the new year, so what should I do in this period? A lady said she didn't want to go home for the new year.
大家好，我是 Molly。
I am in my 30s, not married, and have no child. At the end of 2024, I lost my job, and since then I've been living alone in a rental apartment in Beijing. This year's Spring Festival, I am still struggling with whether or not to go back to my hometown. I wonder if there are any friends who, like me, are less and less willing to go back to the hometown in recent years. I used to be a very homesick person. Even if I had to take a 3-day holiday, I would go back to my hometown. Now, I don't even want to go back home during the Spring Festival. A lady made a year-end summary.
还是一如既往的
Still so stable, as poor as before. Year-end summary of 2024. 30 days in a month, no money made every day, 12 months in a year, not enough to spend every month. Horizontal banner, continue the same next year. The Chinese New Year is a wonderful time for the whole family to get together and have fun, and it's also a period of rest at the end of the year. Why is the New Year goods market, which should be bustling with activity, so deserted? Why is there a lack of New Year atmosphere in the village, and why are many people working outside unwilling to go home for the New Year? One word, money. Many people were laid off before the New Year.
40岁失业了。
I am unemployed at the age of 40. Life in 2024 is really depressing. In order to keep my job, I have to be submissive and fearful every day, afraid that this leader will be unhappy or that leader will be dissatisfied. I was worried that my subordinates wouldn't do a good job and was afraid of losing my job, but in the end, I was laid off anyway. I changed jobs 3 times in 2024 and was laid off twice, including this time. I just had an interview for a $684 job and was rejected directly because of my age. I find it funny myself. Half a year ago, I was earning $4,102 a month, but now no one wants to pay me even $684. I was born in 1984, and I am exactly 40 years old this year. It's said that people are free from doubts at 40, but it's just the opposite for me. I am completely confused and don't know where to go next.
真的没想到我老公
I never expected that my husband would lose his job again. 2024 would end like this. He lost his job twice in 1 year. The layoffs in June 2024 caught us off guard. Here it comes again. At the age of 34, it's really difficult to find a job in a big city like Shenzhen. I had originally planned to go back to our hometown in Hunan province with my family of 3 to celebrate the New Year this year. But now I have no job, no income, and I still have to pay rent and raise the child. I don't even have the confidence to go home. On January 17th, 2025, China officially released economic data for 2024, claiming that the economy has grown at a rate of about 5% in 2024. This obviously cannot be recognized by the public. According to the Financial Times, online ride-hailing drivers in Beijing said that the officials say the economy was growing by 5% year after year, but people did not feel this growth in reality. For the average person, I tell you, it's just about making enough money to not starve to death. He said, forget about growth or development. A blogger also expressed his doubts.
外贸出口数据又出来了。
Another data, the foreign trade export data, is released. No exception, this time the number is increased again, and it has set a new high. I feel that the current market environment is so bad. The total number of companies nationwide has indeed been declining. Moreover, from a micro perspective, we specialize in registering companies and doing accounting for the clients. And obviously, our clients are much less than before. But why has the total number increased? Who is making a fortune in silence? Tell me, have you made a fortune this year? An economist from a university in Beijing told the Financial Times that many scholars believe that China's official GDP growth data is inaccurate, with an error of up to plus or minus 2 percentage points. For the first time, the middle class is losing their jobs. This has never happened in the 45 years since the implementation of reform and opening up, the economist said. From the above video, we can see that there was a huge gap between the real daily life of Chinese people and the official data.
可能啊，从明年开始，很多人都不会过年了。
Maybe starting next year, many people won't celebrate the Chinese New Year. This year is the last normal spring festival for many ordinary people. Look at what the date is now. Can you get any New Year vibe? No firecrackers are allowed. Then check the supermarket. Every year at this time, songs like May a Prosperous New Year are played loudly in the supermarket. Now if you go there, you can even hear what the staff are whispering. And the box office at the cinema of the previous years was more than 10 million US dollars. Now it's over 2 million US dollars. For the New Year's goods fairs in various counties, do you see anyone there? Forget about the crabs and prawns of the New Year's goods fairs. Even oranges and apples can't be sold. Strawberries are $5.50 a box. Such good strawberries can't be sold. No one buys them. Could you have imagined that the price was this level before? I guess everyone has seen the video. Truckloads of fruits cannot be sold. What's going on? No one dares to spend money. Everyone buys online, comparing the prices online and buying from whoever has the cheapest. Can't the government come up with some policies to support physical stores? Look at supermarkets, milk tea shops, clothing, catering, beauty salons, hair salons, and manicures. Which industry is easy to work in? That's all for today. If you enjoy our content, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with a friend. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.